Today we're going to talk about eighth rests and syncopated eighth notes. So on 6.15, if you guys flip over in your book, we start syncopated eighth notes. I know a long time ago we learned about syncopated rhythms in level 1. It was in chapter 2 actually, but those were actually fake syncopated rhythms. They weren't real. So a real syncopated rhythm is an eighth note on a major beat, like right here on measure 3, with a quarter note on the and count and an eighth note at the end. So 1 and 1. Measure 2 is another way to write it. So we tied two eighth notes together. It's the exact same rhythm as measure 1, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to count through measure 1. So measure 1, we have 4 eighth notes. 1 and 2 and. Can you count that? Ready, go. 1 and 2 and. Now can you clap while you count that? Ready, go. 1 and 2 and. Again, go. 1 and 2 and. So the next measure, we're not going to clap this eighth note because it's part of a tie. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and. Can we just count it? Ready, go. 1 and 2 and. And now let's clap it. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and. Ready again. 1 and 2 and make sure you don't clap on 2. Last time, ready, go. 1 and 2 and. You notice there's an accent on the and in both of these syncopated measures. It's because in music, when there's a syncopated rhythm, we usually want to emphasize that syncopated rhythm, which is the quarter note on the and count. Okay, so there's usually going to be an accent there. Let's start from the beginning. Measure 1 and measure 2 clapping. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Again, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. And now next measure, same thing. 1 and 2 and. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and. Ready again. 1 and 2 and. It's the same as measure 2. Last time, go. 1 and 2 and. And now we just add 1 and 2 to the end. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Try it. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Remember, we're starting at measure 3. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. And now let's put the whole thing together. Here we go from the beginning. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and then try it again, and then you should be getting it. It's not very tricky on this one. If you're not, go back, because doing this whole thing again is not going to help, right? Go back and do it one measure at a time. Here we go. 1 and 2, full thing, and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. And now let's play it on one note. So grab your instrument. If you don't have your instrument, go ahead and pause this video. And we're back. So this is playing on one note. I'm going to go ahead and play the track while we do it. And here we go. Well, the background part. Whoa. Well, let me add the subdivision of the metronome here. It's going to help. All right, let's try again. It's going to be a little faster. So that's the rhythm. And if we want to slow it down, I'll do it one more time a little bit slower. And now let's move over to 6.16 if you've got that. And it's the same rhythm with different notes. It's called syncophobia. That would be the fear of syncopated rhythms, which hopefully you don't have, or syncopation. Fear of syncopation, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 4. It's just the first 4 notes we ever learned in level 1, right? There we go. Let's add it with the track. Not too tricky. That's it. That's all it is. Um, and that's our syncopated rhythms, and that leads you to a lot of pop songs. And so that's the rhythm right here that you have to understand for most pop songs. And a lot of times they'll keep going one and one. Okay, but we got to get the hang of syncopated rhythms so you can play those songs, the actual versions. We're going to do a couple more things here. We're on this rhythm packet over here that you don't have, but there's one more thing we got to talk about, which is the eighth rest, and we've had eighth rest in our music so far leading up to this, but I'm not sure everyone's super on board with it. So an eighth rest is a half of a beat rest, so it's just like an eighth note. So all of these notes in this measure on line 1 here are the same length. They're all eighth notes. Some I play or clap, and some I rest or put my hands apart. So on measure 1, I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Can we try that? Just measure 1. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you're not really clapping, if you're kind of doing this isn't anything. You're not getting any better at this. Make sure you're actually clapping. Ready? 2 and 3 and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Better. Last time. 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Yes, Kobe. Everyone say hi to Kobe. Kobe wants to say hi. All right, Kobe goes away. Bye, Kobe. All right, and we're on to measure 2. So we have a dotted quarter note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So it's very similar. We have the eighth rest still over here on beat 3 and 4. We have our dotted quarter note. So we have 1 and 2, sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Try it with me. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Last time. 2, ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's put together measure 1 and 2. Putting them together. 1 and 2 and measure 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Yeah, pretty good. Last time. 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then measure 3 and 4 are the same exact thing over again. So let's try the whole thing. It's just doing it twice. Ready? 2, beginning and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 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 And last time, because I'm sure some of you guys weren't clapping, or sorry, weren't counting. Make sure you're counting. 1, 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 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 Okay, and this we'll do more of these this week. I'll post another one of these for those rhythms. It's going to help you with 4.19 Little Liza Jane, which is the next benchmark. Okay, all right, you guys. Happy practicing, and I'll make another one for you guys soon.